Hi and welcome to the instructional video for the setup of the Noxturnal sleep study machine, which is this one here, and it says Nox up the top. Now we're going to go straight into it, starting off with these two clips, which are going to clip onto your shirt. So placing one like that and one on this side, and that's just to relieve the weight of the equipment. Then we're going to move on to these white belts here. There are two of those, and we're going to start off with the one that dangles from the main machine. So this one here. Now, this is like a belt for your stomach. So you're going to wrap it around yourself, making sure that it's not tangled like this. And where it's going to sit is where your belly button would be on top of your clothing. So just like this, you're going to wrap it around, making sure it's not tangled, and you're just going to clip it back on to the black brick like that. Okay, in order to adjust the belt, because ideally this needs to be tight but not too restricted, you are going to pull the white belt towards the middle like so, and there are teeth inside this plastic here, and you're going to pull against it to lock it in place. And you're going to do the same for the white belt that sits along your chest. So unclipping it from the main machine, pulling outwards, wrapping it around yourself. Again, making sure it's not tangled, otherwise it'll affect the signal. And you're going to clip it back on and adjust accordingly. Okay, we're going to move on to the stickers now. So these ones here. Before that, we are going to use some alcohol wipes to wipe down the face and make sure that there aren't any dirt or debris. This will make sure that the stickers adhere to the skin a little bit better, and therefore we get a better signal. So first we're going to wipe our forehead, starting off with my left, middle, and right side. Moving on to below the eyes, here. There's going to be some on the jaw. For men with beards, it'll just be below the chin here. Moving on to the behind the ear, and you'll feel a bit of a bone there, and the below the collarbone as well. Now, just as a side note, prior to placing the stickers onto the face and the collar, please use the laminated guide which we've placed in your suitcase, and that is just to make sure that you've placed the correct colors to those sites, as the leads that I've used in this instructional video may not match the ones that you have attached to your equipment. The technician would have labeled the stickers for you, so it'll say things like right collar, left head, etc. But for the purpose of this instructional video, I'll be using these green stickers here. Okay, now we're first going to start off with these orange ones. Okay, now there are 4 orange ones in total, but the one that you're going to set up first is this lead here, which is separated from the braided one. And you know that you've chosen the right one because one of the leads or wires is shorter, if you tug on it, is shorter than the other. Starting off with the right side, so where the middle part aligns between the neck and the shoulder, you're going to feel for the bone of your collar, and you're going to place it just below that. Moving on to the left side, just here. Okay, now we're going to move on to these white leads that will sit along the jaw or underneath the chin. One for the right, one for the left. Okay, and I'm just going to tuck these leads behind the ears. Great. Now, starting off with my right side, we are going to do the right eye first. So we're now moving on to the braided leads. Now, the one that goes below the eye is a black lead with a cream cap. That will sit just here. Moving on to the right head. Going to place it as close to the hairline as possible and pop it on the right side. Okay, again, moving those leads out of your face, pop it behind your ears. Speaking of, we're going to move on to the cream cap that says right with a grey lead. Now this one, if you feel behind your right ear, you're going to feel a bit of a bone that protrudes out a little bit, and you're going to attach that there. So if I can just turn around, the bone is just here, and I'm just going to place it just like that. All right, now we're done with the right side. We're going to move on to the left side. So what I'm going to do is pop the rest of the leads behind myself, starting off with this green lead. Okay, going to pop it in the middle of your forehead, tucking it behind your ears, going back to the eye, popping it below like so. Moving on to the orange lead that is going to stick to the left side, close to the hairline. And the last one, the cream cap with the grey lead, labeled L for left. Going to pop that, again, bony prominence on your left side, like so. Okay, I'm just going to pop these leads away from me. Now we're going to move on to the nasal cannulas. Okay, now this little plug-in, if it's not plugged in already, all you have to do is plug it in at the top port, and it'll say PRES for pressure. So you're just going to slot that in like that, and you're going to remove the rest in the little bagging. Now these prongs here are going to go up your nose. Okay, now there's a bit of a curvature to them, if you can see that, and so how it's forked is going to go inwards. Okay, so like this, going to go up your nose, over your ears, and there is a plastic bit at the end there that you're going to use to tighten it. Okay, now we're going to move on to the Bluetooth oximeter. So this one is not plugged into the main machine. You're going to use this paper strap, okay, that's going to attach onto your wrists with the little can be a bit fiddly. There you go. And with this grey end, you're just going to pop it on your index finger, so your pointer finger like that. Now before anything else, you're just going to use some micropore tape which we provided for you in your suitcase to secure the wire to the palm of your hand, and secure the nasal cannulas to your cheeks. So one here, one here. That's just to make sure that if you accidentally tug on the equipment, that we don't lose the signal completely. Okay, so this is just an extra segment for those individuals that have advised us they have restless legs prior to their appointment. We have attached 2 grey leads to the main machine. Okay, and I just strongly advise that you use the laminated guide on page 3 to show you how to place them on. Essentially, it's just below the shin bone on your lower limb, and you're going to place one sticker on top of the other, and we've labeled that for you. So it'll say left leg up, left leg down. All right, now we are going to talk through how to remove the equipment now. So starting off with the pulse oximeter, going to remove the adhesive by ripping on it, and you're going to throw this away. The rest of the equipment will be placed back into the case. Now we're moving on to the nasal cannulas, so loosening it up from that end there. I'm going to take it out, and you're just going to tug onto the nasal cannula to unplug, and you're going to bin this one as well. Now with the stickers, you're just going to pull to remove the lead from the sticker like so. Making sure that you don't forget the ones that are below your collarbones as well. Okay, now with those stickers, you're just going to quickly remove them. The faster it is, the less painful, I promise. And you're going to bin these stickers. We're moving on to the white belts, so these ones will unclip by pulling away. So from the black brick, you're holding onto the plastic end. Same one for the main machine there, so unclipping by pulling away, and then you're going to unclamp and place the rest of it into the case.